Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to On Location Memphis Live. I'm Christie Taylor, and we have some sunshine on the way. And his name is Khalil Kain. Hi, good afternoon. Hi, how are you?
Good. How you, Christy?
You know something? I got to take my glasses off. I'm going to kind of, just be glassless for a minute. First of all, it's amazing to have you here. And thank you to everyone who's jumping on Location Memphis's Facebook page. Be sure to share it with a friend. Let them know that we have a very special guest, Khalil Kain, here today, who I will let you know up front. He's going to be coming to Memphis real soon. So you definitely want to tell your friends to jump onto this OLM Live to find out why he's coming to Memphis. But before we get into that, Khalil, we got to go down memory lane. First of all, it's good to see you.
Thank you. Nice.
You look good. Of course, you're going to always look good.
Hope so.
You're going to be the Harry Belafonte of our generation.
I'll take that.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. So, of course, we just kind of want to go down memory lane for those who be like, Khalil Kain. All right. So we know you don't really do origin stories, but we do know that you used to do, commercials and things of that nature. And your big break was Juice.
Wow. Yeah. 92.
Man, can you believe it?
Yes, I can. but that's 30 years ago. So
almost 30.
Yeah. I've been doing this for a minute.
Now, can you just give us, how you did that? I mean, how did you end up? Of course, we know we got some artsy background. We know you have, you're a New Yorker. So was it just the fact that you were in the right place at the right time, or was it that you were an actor pursuing it like hardcore?
I was in the right place at the right time. I've always had sort of fortune smiling on me throughout the course of this life. So that was an opportunity that presented itself, and I made the most of it. And I'm still doing, I don't know, for a lot of young Black males in America, options are not many. You kind of deal with what's in front of you. And because I lived in a place like Manhattan, New York City, the opportunities that were placed in front of me were more than normal. And I was smart enough to realize, like, this is an actual opportunity. Get after it. Luckily, I had some talent at it also. So
yeah, having talent helps. But there are a lot of talented, amazing people who don't max it out, and and that's one of the most tragic things that can happen in a lifetime is to not max out your gifts and talents and abilities. But even with that opportunity, you parlayed it into an amazing almost 30-year career. We got to give a shout out to Ernest, who
love Ernest Dickerson.
Yes.
That's a beautiful human being right there. And even that, being fortunate enough to just be able to work with like really wonderful people like Ernest Dickerson, like Gregory Hines, like Ruby D, Felicia Rashad, Lou Gossett Jr. It's a long list of people that I have learned from, and been able to really kind of grow, not just as an artist, but as a human being. Golden Brooks, Mara Braca.
Yes.
Like these people, it's what's wonderful about this life, this career, is that every substantial job that you get changes just a little bit. Smart, you grow a little something. Time that I spent with Gregory Hines, I grew a lot, just by being able to have access of being generous that way as a human being. Like, yo, man, come sit down. Let's talk about something, and him understanding that young men, we need that.
Right.
So
one of the things I think that has always stood out to me about you is that you've always been a student of the craft. And even in what you're saying now is that you were also a student of the masters. Oftentimes, some like the academic approach, but you were also open to being teachable by those who had already, cut their teeth at it. I saw an interview one time, you were talking about how you were on the set and you didn't have to be there at a certain call time, but you went early.
Yes, I did. Um, you got to have some sense of the moment and understanding that it's not always about you, but you can get blessed in this moment if you're careful. Um, so if Charles Dutton and Lou Gossett Jr. are in a scene together,
Yes.
show up. Like I can get on that. I'm first on the call sheet. Bet I'm gonna go watch.
Yeah.
The director, Leone Chazo, was like, "You're not supposed to be here until tonight." I pointed. I was like, "That's Lou Gossett Jr. and Charles Dutton." Class is in.
That's it. Exactly. A master class has begun.
Yeah,
Right.
no doubt.
Indeed. Indeed. Wow.
And
Another thing that I really want to focus on is, as a student of the industry, I mean, you also expose yourself to Broadway and to all forms of the art. What were some of the things that really inspired you as an artist and as an actor?
um, watching over 30 years, watching people that grow and prosper and get better, and those people that you knew that you thought were brilliant at what they did but nobody knew yet, and then watching everybody else find out, people like Giancarlo Esposito, people like,
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
yeah, I'm young, I'm in New York City moving and shaking, and these are cats that were doing their thing. And I remember being in auditions early on and having casting directors and producers say, you remind me of this actor Giancarlo Esposito. And I knew G from, just hanging out, and I would just smile, you know. I remember auditioning for Denzel Washington, and he said, "Man, you remind me of lines." And I just smile, These are people that influenced you,
Right.
mold you. And if that essence is coming off of me, that means that it's stuck. Like I walk out and think to myself, like Giancarlo knew
Mhm.
he was awesome. He was just waiting for everybody else to catch up. But in the meantime, there are peaks and valleys, But I love to be able to see and know, like I watched him stay the course. I watched him continue to grow.
Right.
I watched him continue to be confident in himself as a man, as an artist, and as a father, husband, and still, like, no matter what, stay true to who he was. And now he's all over the place and just in everything and doing amazing work. Jeffrey Wright is a bona fide.
I love him. He's a legend. A legend. His work.
Carpets and all the other stuff as an actor. I mean,
Yes.
found talent. So, like,
Yes.
it's wonderful to kind of look back and remember when, and see that the guys that you thought were bomb, that they actually are.
Yeah, they grew up into their greatness and they still shine so bright. I look at some of the IMDb credits and some of the work that people have done, or like you said, over the last 20 or 30 years is phenomenal. It is something to really, if anyone who's watching this, who's a filmmaker, who is an actor, and you are in this region of the country, these are the type of people you study. These are the master classes. Just look at the IMDb credits, watch those projects, watch those films, and just watch them work. Now, one thing that you did too, which I thought was very amazing, is the way you chose your roles. What really influenced that?
Understanding who I am and what I'm available to and what I'm not. This is an interesting industry, so it's going to test you. I mean, fame and money are very attractive to a lot of people. So Hollywood's going to ask you the question, what are you willing to do to be famous? What are you willing to do for money? If you're not sure about the answer to that question, you may find yourself somewhere where you really don't want to be. I think my mother, June, I love you, Mama. I think June raised me right. And I'm fully aware of like what I will and will not do for money, what I will and will not do just to be famous. I want the career that Giancarlo Esposito has.
Amazing career.
Jeffrey Wright has. I want the career, that Gregory Hines had. I mean, Felicia Rashad, come on, like that. It's class, dignity. It's about the work. We're not wondering who's ever asking who Felicia's dating. When, like, who?
No one. No one. Yeah, that's the first thing. You better not, and then you're not. And there's no need.
Every young woman that I know, I wish they could spend a day or two with Felicia, just cause they need to. It would do them well. I got to spend a few months with her. She directed me in a play, and again, like, life-changing, like the way you see things and hear things now, and then it changes. I love watching when I see Giancarlo Esposito on the screen, when I see Jeffrey Wright on the screen. I love it. It's inspirational because it gives me hope that there's more. There's always more, if you're fly like that,
I love that. We have a question that I'm going to use as a segue. What's your favorite moment in Juice? Just love Juice. No, we about that life. We hustle and flow. We Juice. We boys in the hood. Yeah.
About it, it's 2020 and we don't have that anymore. We don't have anything like any, but we're still talking about them, which means we still want them. That's a whole nother story. I don't know, man. My favorite moment in Juice. Now I know this might sound a little twisted, but it was a moment that really affected me. I remember when I first watched the film, because if you're in the film, like, I read the script, but you pretty much get to see the stuff that you're in. So there was a lot of stuff that happened that I wasn't in, and you forget, like, time goes by and so much is going on and you're excited. And I remember sitting at the screening in that scene when they're like doing the wake at my house and they're serving food and Bishop is hugging my family. Oh, I was like, oh no. It was so just like evil and twisted.
Yes.
For reading it in the script, but that's what happens when you have an effective actor that can what's on the page and just really turn it just that little bit so that it just resonates. I remember watching. Wow, that's some of the foul. How the whole scene was played out.
Now, of course, we got to talk about who played Bishop.
Yes.
And his mastery.
Now, all right, I mentioned all these people, and I did not mention that young man, that young god. Again,
that young god.
Influence.
Yeah.
Such an inspiration. I mean, such a warrior spirit that I carry every day. And I'm not the only one. If you're talking about, and it's global, but if you're talking about just Black America and men and young men and grown-ass men, we carry Tupac with us every day. I mean, so I get love and respect from cats that love that man, and they just because they know I knew him, they know I worked with him, they know I might have spent personal time. So I touch Tupac, they want to touch me. That's how deep the love is for that cat. Huge influence on and have moved since.
Yeah, I even heard that he inspired your audition process when you were auditioning for Juice.
Well, that's again huge influence on my life. I probably would not have got the role not for Pop. So fire in the room during the audition process that I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna have to be better than this cat. He's killing it. Like I'm gonna have to be as good or better than that guy right there.
Mhm.
Recognize it immediately and then act accordingly. You can't be scared.
Mhm.
You got to be confident in what you got. It's different,
Mhm.
but pick up the level. I knew like immediately, I was like, the level I'm at right now, where I'm
Mhm.
performing at, is not enough. That boy right there is getting busy on a whole other of like what right now in this room, in the same space.
You know, and the thing is that we're talking almost 30 years ago. So you all were some young cats, and he was such, as you say, a god that he sparked in you your own inner god. And you have definitely also risen to that place. Now, there's another scene. You talked about how that one scene when Bishop is in, you know, you know, that funeral scene. But there's another scene in your career that was, to me, a defining scene. It's actually in the show Girlfriends. And I and maybe because I was going to be talking to you today, as I'm scrolling through Facebook last night, there was a video clip of that scene when old girl came to the house and you playing video games with her lover. Yo, you know,
Again, foul, so foul.
so foul, so foul. Talk about that scene and how you approached it, because of course you know the script, you already know what's the whole storyline, but your innocence, it was just, and to see that last night knowing I'm gonna talk to you, I was like, that is wicked.
Well, Mara Brock Akil, I think, again, understood the moment. How many opportunities are we gonna have to show Black love on a national platform like this?
Right.
Um, and if we don't do it right, we might not get the chance again. So she kind of understood not only the moment but the stakes involved. Um, so she handled it with care, and she definitely encouraged us for our input, myself and Golden Brooks. I think Maya and Darnell were very special as far as, you know, couples on TV, and I think
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
time on, there's more of an appreciation because time we expected this to kind of grow and be able, you know, we were going to get more, and that didn't happen. So now we understand like how valuable those things are. There was a scene when um, Darnell kicks her out of the house, packs her stuff, kicks her out of the house after he finds out about Stan. And I remember Mara asking us, Golden and I were there to get asking us like, well, what do you think is going to happen? Because it's just words on a page. You know, how are you going to deal with this? Your
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry.
so I had to be honest with Mara. I was like, look, that's my woman. Like if I find out that she's with somebody else, it's only gonna go down either two ways. Like
Mhm.
this, and I'm gonna beat that ass, or I'm gonna be heartbroken.
And thankfully you didn't do the first one.
But we couldn't do the first one, and that's what Mara said. So we ain't doing that. I said, I know. So and she goes, all right, but if you're gonna be crushed, I
Wow.
then if that's
And you were crushed, and you were crushed.
if that's your truth, then I need
Right.
to that.
Yeah.
I
And you were crushed.
put myself in the corner myself. Now I got to deliver, and
Yeah.
I feel like I did. I feel like we did, because Golden was 100%. We were in that moment together. Always gonna have a place in my heart as my favorite all-time partners. Golden Beast, and I will always have that scene that my heart did some work that day.
You know, actually, there's somebody, Sandra Hill Wilson said, will there be a Girlfriends reboot? You know, we've been hearing some things through the grapevine. What can you say? What can you not say?
I have no idea. I know if there's a market for it,
Yes.
they can put a deal together that works for everybody. It'll happen. Um, that was one of my favorite jobs ever. I mean, showing up to work with those beautiful women, those brilliant Mara Brock Akil is television.
Awesome. Amazing. The work she's done.
I know. Mastermind. I would for a second, I wouldn't hesitate.
Right. Now, you said something a few moments ago about the work and the level of artistry that that particular show and others had during that time period. And we just thought it was going to be a forever, from Juice to, name a Black movie and a TV show that was out of the time. And we just felt like this was the 90s. We had broken away from the 70s and 80s, and we had a plethora of amazing work featuring African Americans at every scale. We never saw that there would become a drought.
No, but I mean, Boys in the Hood, Juice, Menace to Society came out, boom, boom, boom. Like it was on. I was like, it's on and popping. Let's go.
Right. And the artistry, the levels. Love Jones, my favorite African American movie of all times. Love Jones.
Love Jones is a classic.
Justice.
Yes.
Come on now. And then the TV shows. We got Living Single. We got the whole entire Cosby's, Different World. Then Girlfriend. So we just like, we here. And yet there was a pause. Or, let's say a pause. There was a long pause.
I think right now we're starting to come back. It's circling back around from a very honest place.
Yeah.
Lovecraft Country last night. And
why are you gonna bring up my new show?
Forthcoming.
Do you hear me? Oh my God. First of all, tell me you know Misha Green. Tell her that she has a fan in Christie Belinda Taylor. Put her all the names my mama put on. Honey, who is she? Is she someone like who's been in the background, or she baby? Yes, and yes. I mean, of course, she's just one of the many, but that works.
It's an evolution. There's an honesty right now in a political climate and a social awareness.
Yes.
Reflected in the work. And if it's not reflected in the work, then what are we doing?
Yeah, gotta reflect it in the work. Okay, so Mia, she says, how wonderful. Welcome from Memphis. Well, Mia, we're about to get to even why he's here chit-chatting with me, which of course I'm totally amazed and grateful. But not only can you welcome him from Memphis, you can welcome him to Memphis. Khalil, Mr. Kain.
Yes.
Lincola said hi. We getting some love.
I love it. What's up?
Yeah, but let's talk about, not only can you get love from Memphis, you got to get some love in Memphis. Actually, you already got some love in Memphis.
Yes.
Let's talk about how that Memphis love.
Yes. Memphis is a wonderful place. I shot Coming to Africa there, and I have a very close friend of the family, like one of my mom's best friends, Nan Seville, lives in Memphis. So every time I come to Memphis, I get to hang out with Auntie Nan, and I'm looking forward to coming back. When I was there shooting,
now let's back it up, because a lot of people are unaware of Anwar Jameson's amazing work. So Anwar Jameson, you all, is one of our 5 filmmakers, writer, director, producer, and he had an amazing story idea that was birthed out of his own relationship with Africa, really, or his concept of Africa. Let's talk about how you got connected with Anwar and the movie.
So it's very simple. Anwar had an idea. Anwar acted on it. He wrote it down. He developed it. And then he decided, he just reached out. I mean, we can find somebody's email address. We can figure out who their agent is. We can contact their management or their publicist or he reached out to me, sent me the project, asked me if I was in it. I looked at it, and like I just said, if we are not addressing the issues at hand from an honest place in the work, in the art, what are we doing? Anwar was doing that. This is a young brother that I saw that was really trying to do his thing, to grow as an artist. if I'm in a position where I can assist that, yes. Or again, what am I doing? So that's where I'm at, what I'm about. Everybody else out there, if you're in a position to assist another artist or human being at a grassroots level, do it. If you can do it, why not do that? You know, there's I love the fact that Anwar executed, like went to Ghana.
Yes, we got to talk about that. Okay, so
And I love it. I love what he did. And he's
okay. So Anwar had this idea because I'm a screenwriter too. So for those who know I'm a screenwriter, let me give you all the story synopsis. Basically, we have a bruh from Memphis who gets an opportunity for a promotion, gets passed over, and he has a brother who's been, you know, pro-African for a minute. Him and his wife are about to go over there and do an anniversary, but she's pregnant, can't make the flight, and then he gets cajoled or pushed by you and his brother to go to Africa. Okay, so your role. Let's talk about your role in the movie. And you know, you're that voice of consciousness.
Yeah, I'm the big brother. So I love the fact that Anwar punched up the role for me. You know, did some rewrites, you know, built it out a little more to accommodate me because I said yes. It was a great working experience. I think Anwar is serious about what he does. And it was a pleasure for me to be able to assist in any way that I can and lend whatever weight, whatever gravitas I had to offer. I definitely offered it up. I'm looking forward to seeing a screening, you know, of the picture. I've watched it on my laptop, but you know
something, Khalil, what we're about to do, as a matter of fact, is we're going to give them an opportunity to check out the trailer. So hold one moment. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, man. Today I'm going to be named the first black vice president in the history of Bigger Staffing Company. The first.
So you took your skills, your expertise over to them to build up their company. You don't own any part of that.
Man, tomorrow night, me and the wife are out of here celebrating the 10th anniversary in the motherland, my brother.
Africa.
Even the mosquitoes got AIDS over there, man.
That's why you can't listen to nothing nobody say.
Yes. No. Yes. Ain't believe y'all got me going to Africa.
You about to go all the way over there to get something good deep down in here.
Yeah. I'm an African, real African. Ask me where I'm from.
A power to Ghana, my brothers.
I'm an African, real African.
And what are you planning to do with your time?
Hopefully spending every moment with you.
You wanna know where I'm from? West Africa. West Africa. West Africa.
The way they show us things when we grow up, it's like Africa is just one big place. I'm ashamed to say the things I thought about Africa.
Oh, say it.
Yeah, like I told you the other time, you see, my brother, he's into a lot of stuff around here.
You think I want to hang out with sport American kids for fun? No! Look at me. I'm about my money. Listen, remember who you are and where you come from.
We originated from the Big Six.
This mausoleum contains his final remains. He was the leader of Ghana until February 1966.
Yeah, I know exactly who you are, though. Like, I'm from this tribe, I speak this language, you got your culture, you got all the history. We gotta let people swab us in the mouth and take a DNA test and be like, oh, you're from Kenya. Oh, you're from Ghana. Like, we don't know.
We need to be able to buy every single item that we would get from them, from us. Take the African market, that concept.
West Africa. I'm an African, real African. You wanna know where I'm from? West Africa. West Africa. West Africa. I'm an African. Yeah, West Africa.
Coming to Africa. Wow, isn't that amazing? The trailer is off the chain. That's it. That's it. You better show that, Tad. Wow, Khalil. Okay, it's amazing. First of all, for those who don't understand the magnitude, we basically had a Memphis filmmaker who invested in an indie film, went to Ghana, shot with some of the most prestigious Ghanaian actors. And first of all, there's some people in that movie who are equivalent to our Sidney Poitiers, to our Oprah Winfrey's, to our Nick Cannons, and to have Khalil Kain to also rep us on stateside and add that type of weight to this movie, which did have a premiere in Vegas.
Yes.
Man. And won award. So we got to give mad props and love to Anwar Jameson. So, I mean, you say you've been watching it on your laptop. And of course, I'm like you, I like big screen. So
I'm coming out to Memphis for a screening, and I'm looking forward to seeing some folks and checking it out and being able to give my man Anwar a pound and do that thing.
All right, then. Well, we're going to give them that information. And as we get to the wrap up, any last words before? Matter of fact, let me show you all the flyer. So y'all screenshot this, share this video. Coming to Africa, Indie Memphis Film Festival will be screening it on Friday, October the 23rd, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. The location will be the Riverfront, downtown Memphis, and the special guest. He will be in the city of Memphis, Khalil Kain. And this is being brought to you by Indie Memphis and sponsored by the Memphis Music Bank, which is in partnership with OLM, which is OLM Live. So Khalil, you're coming to Memphis on the 23rd. Any last wrap-up words that you want to say about this experience, about your journey, and what you're looking forward to when you come to Memphis this time?
Well, I'm looking forward to coming to Memphis. I'm going to eat well. I'm going to, spend time with some loved ones and keep my focus on that movement towards the motherland. I personally Africa, so I'm looking forward to putting some down over there at some point. And this has without a doubt more so to make that trip. So.
Yeah, that return to Africa. And matter of fact, he shot it during the return to Ghana, during their invitation to the African diaspora. So it just all, universal line. And as you say, we believe in magic, we believe in miracles, we believe in the divine and how things work out. So thank you so much, Khalil. And shout out to everybody who I see a lot of comments, all the love. Yeah, all the love, everybody. So we appreciate you all hanging out with me and Khalil. Khalil, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
He's an amazing, gracious soul. I really do appreciate it. And, you are. Come on now. We know this life. We know this industry. So I appreciate you being, a beautiful spirit and amazing talent who continues to gift your gifts to the world. So thank you. All right. So, all right, y'all. We about to get on down. So OLM Live, be sure to share this video with those who did not have a chance. Oh, we got somebody saying thank you. This is actually one of our board members of On Location Memphis, Mr. Williams. He says thank you, Khalil Kain. Well, thank you all as well. So, of course, for those who want more information, be sure to go to On Location Memphis Facebook page for all the details about the upcoming screening. And we definitely are looking forward to having any upcoming music from Mr. Kain? Somebody knows something I don't know?
Well, there's a play that should be put up. I'm hoping this COVID thing chills out, because right now the Negro Ensemble Company has committed to producing a play of mine, Lambs to Slaughter, September 2021. There will be music, live band, stage show. It is a beast of a play. And yes, hopefully September of 2021, you will be hearing something amazing.
Something, I got to say this, since she brought up the plays in your music, you were on the Breakfast Club, and this is our wrap up. And okay, I'm like the church people, like one more. There was a play, a Broadway play that you mentioned on the Breakfast Club. It was what was it? But one of my girls from Memphis, she lives in New York now. She was in that. It was like, yes, it was one that you mentioned on the Breakfast Club. And I called like, girl, this was last year. I said, Khalil Kain just mentioned
Yes, I had just seen the play. What? Damn, say no, I can't remember the name of it right now. But I had just seen it. And again, folks, like, we need to support each other, like, at every level. Coming to Africa, that's about support of another artist that reached out and said, can you help support, you know, my vision? Yes. You know why I can? Because I actually can.
Yeah.
Do it.
Supporting you. So we're going to come support you in your play.
Love that. But that play was dope, and it had me hyped. So yeah, I'm on the Breakfast Club National. Shout them out. Shout them out. Support.
Right.
When you see somebody do something, don't hate, procreate.
That's right. Procreate. I love it. All right, Khalil Kain, KK, we love you. Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you on the 23rd. And Memphis, thank y'all so much for showing us love today. And be sure once again to share this video so that those who were somewhere grinding it out, hustling and flowing, they can make sure they get the latest on what's happening with On Location Memphis, the Memphis Music Bank. This was OLM Live with Khalil Kain. Thank you. All the love.